Uncommon right now to find somebody who has paid maybe $60,000 or $65,000 for a very high-end pickup truck. Well, even the average pickup truck now is going to be crossing over that $50,000 barrier.
What happens when the most popular trucks in the country start betraying their owners? The badges are familiar, the reputations are legendary, but the failures are piling up, and dealers are quietly pulling them from the spotlight before customers catch on. Which icons are cracking under pressure? Why is the damage showing up so soon? And what does it mean if the strongest reputations in trucks can break overnight? Because after you see number one, you'll never look at your truck the same way again. Ford F-150, gasoline V8 models. You might expect the most popular full-size pickup truck in America to be bulletproof, but the truth is a lot less flattering. The Ford F-150, particularly in its gasoline V8 versions built between the years 2020 and 2023, has been catching loyal owners off guard with serious and expensive mechanical failures. For decades, the F-150 was celebrated as the go-to workhorse, the truck you could depend on to carry lumber, tow trailers, and handle everything from muddy job sites to cross-country road trips. It built its reputation in construction yards, farm fields, and suburban driveways alike. But lately, that unshakable trust has been cracking. The trouble centers on Ford's modern cylinder deactivation system, a technology designed to save fuel by shutting off certain engine cylinders under light load. In theory, this is a clever innovation. In reality, it has led to collapsed lifters, bent push rods, and damaged camshafts, often well before the odometer rolls past 40,000 miles. When this happens, the engine can develop misfires, lose power, or even require a complete teardown. The repair bill? Owners report figures that rival a down payment on a house, often running into several thousands of dollars. Adding to the headache, some drivers have complained about erratic shifting from the automatic transmission, with hard upshifts, slow down shifts, or hesitation when pulling into traffic. While Ford has issued technical service bulletins and software updates, many owners say the issues keep coming back, leaving them frustrated and uncertain. It is not just the mechanics under the hood, either. Some F-150 models from these years have shown premature wear inside the cabin, from loosening trim panels to malfunctioning infotainment systems. Dealership service departments are feeling the strain. In certain regions, mechanics are seeing these problems so often that they have started keeping extra lifters and valve train parts in stock just to handle the steady stream of repairs. A few sales managers have even admitted they are steering customers toward different trims or older, more proven powertrains to avoid future warranty fights. When America's top-selling truck starts showing cracks in its armor, it sends ripples through the entire pickup world. If the Ford F-150 gasoline V8 can leave its most loyal drivers stranded, then no badge is immune from trouble. If America's most popular pickup can crack under pressure, then even the strongest reputations can break. So let's turn to a truck that carried 50 years of trust, only to watch it vanish almost overnight. If you've ever had a truck let you down, or you've seen one of these models in the shop more than on the road, hit that like button. Drop your story in the comments. Your experience might just save another driver from making the same mistake. Toyota Tundra. For half a century, the Toyota Tundra was the truck you bought when you wanted absolute dependability without drama. Generations of owners swore by it, passing their pickups down like heirlooms. When Toyota announced a full redesign for the 2022 model year, anticipation was sky high. The old 5.7-liter V8 engine was retired, replaced by a more modern 3.5-liter twin turbocharged V6, with an optional hybrid system called iForce Max. On paper, this was a leap forward. More horsepower, better fuel efficiency, and the promise of cutting-edge technology. In practice, it became one of the most disappointing chapters in Toyota's truck history. Owners began reporting serious issues far earlier than expected. Turbocharger failures, leaking intercoolers, and complete engine seizures have been documented, sometimes before 25,000 miles. The hybrid-equipped versions added another layer of complexity, with reports of electric motor malfunctions, battery cooling failures, and software glitches that forced the truck into limp mode. For a brand built on the legend of long-term reliability, this was a blow that stunned even die-hard Toyota loyalists. Compounding the problem, dealerships were not ready. According to multiple service department surveys, over 71% of Toyota service centers lacked the specialized tools or technician training to handle the hybrid and twin-turbo systems effectively. This meant that trucks often sat for weeks or even months waiting for diagnosis and repairs. In many cases, parts had to be shipped from overseas, adding to the delays and frustration. Beyond the mechanical troubles, quality control issues emerged. Freshly delivered Tundras were showing chipped paint, loose interior trim, rattles, and misaligned body panels. For buyers spending $60,000 or more, the sight of a brand new truck with such flaws was more than disappointing. It was infuriating. Some owners have traded in their Tundras within a year, citing a complete loss of trust in the product. Toyota built the Tundra's reputation on toughness and longevity, but the latest generation feels like an untested gamble rushed into production. It is a cautionary tale for anyone who assumes that a legendary name guarantees a flawless product. From a fall from grace this steep, we move to a model that clings to an aging design, proving that sometimes holding on to the past can cost you far more than embracing the future. Ram 1500 Classic. Sometimes holding on to the past can be a smart move, but in the case of the Ram 1500 Classic, it has turned into a costly mistake for buyers. This truck is essentially the previous generation Ram full-size pickup kept in production alongside the newer models to offer a value option. The idea was simple: give budget-conscious truck shoppers a familiar, proven design at a lower price point. But while the Classic may look rugged and dependable on the outside, beneath the steel it hides problems that can turn a bargain into a burden. One of the most notorious trouble spots is the 5.7-liter Hemi Vi8 engine with the multi-displacement system designed to deactivate cylinders for fuel savings. Owners have reported persistent ticking noises from the valve train, bent push rods, and collapsed lifters, sometimes well before 50,000 miles. When these failures strike, the repair often requires a complete engine teardown, and the bills can easily climb into the several thousands of dollars. Even the more modest 3.6-liter Pentastar Vi6 has been plagued with oil cooling issues and timing chain stretch under heavy use. Transmission performance has not escaped criticism either. The 8-speed automatic gearbox, while an improvement over older designs, has shown erratic behavior, including delayed engagement, abrupt downshifts, and occasional slipping while cruising. Many of these complaints come from trucks with fewer than 30,000 miles on the odometer, leaving frustrated owners questioning the truck's long-term viability. Inside the cabin, the Classic's age becomes apparent. The design feels dated, with basic plastics that rattle over rough roads, outdated technology, and unreliable infotainment systems. Features that modern buyers expect, like seamless Bluetooth connectivity and responsive touchscreens, often fail to work as intended. While some appreciate the simpler, old-school feel, many buyers are disappointed to discover just how far behind the competition the Classic has fallen. Dealership technicians see these trucks regularly, and while repairs are possible, the frequency of issues has made some sales staff reluctant to recommend the Classic to new buyers. The result is a truck that may seem like a good deal on the lot, but can quickly turn into a repair shop regular. When a so-called bargain hides repair bills big enough to sink your savings, you start to wonder about even the newest technology, which brings us to a truck that promised the future and stalled right at the start. GMC Sierra 1500. Not every premium badge guarantees premium dependability, and the GMC Sierra 1500 has proven that the hard way. Marketed as the upscale sibling to the Chevrolet Silverado, the Sierra promised refined interiors, bold styling, and the kind of reliability that would justify its higher price tag. Yet for many owners of models built between the years 2019 and 2023, the reality has been a steady stream of mechanical headaches and dealership visits. At the heart of the trouble lies the active fuel management and dynamic fuel management systems fitted to the 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter V8 engines, designed to improve fuel economy by deactivating cylinders under light load. These systems have instead triggered widespread lifter collapses, bent push rods, and valve train damage. In numerous cases, these failures occur before 40,000 miles, leaving drivers with repair bills that can easily surpass several thousands of dollars if warranty coverage is denied or contested. The problems are not limited to the engines. The 10-speed automatic transmission, shared with other General Motors trucks, has developed a reputation for rough shifting, gear hunting, and abrupt downshifts. Some owners report sudden power loss or the transmission becoming stuck in a single gear, especially under heavy towing conditions. Software updates have been released in an attempt to address these concerns, but many drivers say the fixes are temporary at best. Interior quality, despite the Sierra's premium positioning, has also disappointed. Cracking dashboard panels, peeling trim, and loosening seat materials have been reported within the first few years of ownership. Electrical glitches are another sore spot, with malfunctioning driver assistance features, flickering infotainment screens, and faulty trailer brake controllers adding frustration to an already costly ownership experience. In dealership service bays, these issues have become all too familiar. Technicians in busy truck markets often keep extra lifters, push rods, and transmission components on hand just to meet the demand for repairs. Some sales teams have begun quietly steering buyers toward different trims or even other brands when customers ask about long-term dependability. When a truck positioned as a luxury-grade workhorse begins to stumble this badly, it calls the entire brand's promise into question. Luxury branding couldn't shield this one from trouble, and if paying more still gets you less, wait until you see how a heavy-duty workhorse turned into a heavy-duty headache. Ram 2500 and Ram 3500. There was a time when the heavy-duty Ram pickups stood tall as the unshakable champions of job sites, ranches, and long-haul towing. The Ram 2500 and Ram 3500 were meant to embody brute force and mechanical endurance, especially when paired with the legendary 6.7-liter Cummins inline-6 diesel engine. These trucks were built to haul enormous loads, withstand punishing conditions, and run for hundreds of thousands of miles without breaking a sweat. But starting with the 2020 model year, a new wave of problems has been leaving hardworking owners sidelined and frustrated. The trouble starts with the integration of complex emission systems, diesel particulate filters, selective catalytic reduction units, and diesel exhaust fluid injection modules were all added to meet modern environmental regulations. While these components serve a purpose on paper, in real-world conditions, they have proven to be fragile under heavy use. Owners have reported repeated regeneration failures, fluid leaks, and sudden activation of limp mode, sometimes occurring before 30,000 miles. Limp mode can reduce power so drastically that towing or highway driving becomes impossible until repairs are completed. The situation is not much better for those who opted for the 3.0-liter EcoDiesel V6 engine, marketed as a fuel-efficient alternative. These trucks have suffered from oil dilution, timing chain failures, and coolant intrusion into the engine block. In severe cases, complete engine replacement has been the only viable solution. The EcoDiesel's troubles have even sparked class action lawsuits and multiple buybacks under state lemon laws in places like California, Texas, and Ohio. Dealerships have struggled to keep up. Independent surveys show more than 80% of Ram service centers have experienced warranty repair delays exceeding 21 days for major issues. Parts shortages, a lack of specialized diagnostic tools, and insufficient technician training have only added to customer frustration. In some cases, dealers have stopped ordering certain trims or configurations altogether, citing a growing backlog of unsatisfied customers. For buyers who chose these trucks expecting unstoppable workhorses, the reality has been a costly and time-consuming disappointment. When the very machines built to handle the toughest jobs can barely handle their own emission systems, it sends a warning to every would-be heavy-duty truck owner. When a job site giant starts tripping over its own emission systems, that's bad enough. Yet the next contender shows how even a diesel legend can end up limping before it's paid off. Nissan Titan XD. In the competitive world of pickup trucks, the Nissan Titan XD was supposed to carve out a unique space between traditional half-ton models and full-blown heavy-duty beasts. Introduced for the 2016 model year, it promised the best of both worlds. More capability than a standard light-duty truck, but without the bulk and stiffness of a dedicated heavy-duty. Buyers could choose from a 5.6-liter Endurance V8 gasoline engine or a 5.0-liter Cummins turbocharged diesel V8, with the latter drawing particular attention for its torque and towing promise. On paper, it seemed like an inspired idea. In reality, it has been a frustrating chapter for many owners. The Cummins-powered models in particular have been plagued with problems. Owners have reported premature turbocharger failures, exhaust gas recirculation cooler leaks, and frequent diesel particulate filter clogging. In cold weather, some trucks struggle with repeated regeneration cycles, leading to limp mode and reduced power, often before 35,000 miles. Repair costs can be eye-watering, especially if components fail outside of warranty coverage, and locating replacement parts can take weeks due to limited production volume. The gasoline version has not escaped criticism either. Reports of transmission shudder, delayed engagement, and hard downshifts from the 7-speed automatic gearbox have been common. Additionally, some owners have faced timing chain stretch and valve train noise earlier than expected, raising concerns about long-term durability. Beyond mechanical woes, the Titan XD suffers from a different kind of problem: lack of dealership support. Because the truck occupies a niche position and sells in relatively low numbers, many Nissan service departments lack experienced technicians who are familiar with its specific systems, particularly the diesel variant. This has led to extended downtime for repairs, with some owners reporting their trucks sitting in service bays for over a month. Interior quality also leaves something to be desired. While the cabin offers decent comfort, premature wear on seat materials, malfunctioning infotainment screens, and rattling trim have been reported within the first few years of ownership. Considering that many Titan XD models sticker above $60,000, these shortcomings are difficult for buyers to overlook. The Titan XD's story is a reminder that a unique position in the market does not guarantee success. When execution falls short, mechanically, logistically, and in overall ownership experience, customers take notice. Falling through the cracks between two market segments left this truck stranded, but the one waiting for us next shows that even smaller packages can carry big, expensive surprises. Chevrolet Colorado. Not every truck wearing the bow tie badge delivers the toughness its marketing promises, and the Chevrolet Colorado from the model years 2021 and 2022 is proof of that. Positioned as a mid-size pickup that could blend city-friendly maneuverability with weekend warrior capability, the Colorado offered a choice between a 3.6-liter gasoline V6 engine and a 2.8-liter Duramax turbocharged diesel four-cylinder. On paper, it looked like the perfect balance for buyers who wanted something smaller than a full-size truck without giving up towing or off-road credentials. In reality, it has earned a reputation for mechanical fragility that undermines its appeal. One of the most persistent complaints involves the 8-speed automatic transmission paired with the gasoline V6. Drivers have reported harsh shifting, gear slippage, and hesitation when accelerating from a stop, sometimes before 25,000 miles. Torque converter replacements, software updates, and even full transmission swaps have been documented, but many owners say the fixes fail to last. For a truck marketed as ready for adventure, these recurring drivetrain problems feel like a serious betrayal. The diesel option has not been immune to issues either, with some owners experiencing emissions system malfunctions and turbocharger troubles. In both engine configurations, the rear differential and driveline assemblies have shown premature wear, leading to whining noises, vibration at highway speeds, and occasional traction loss, especially under load. For a pickup advertised as capable of moderate towing, that kind of weakness is a glaring flaw. The problems extend beyond the powertrain. The Colorado has been plagued by interior quality issues, including malfunctioning heating and air conditioning systems, blower motor resistor failures, and temperature sensor malfunctions. In wet climates, some trucks have suffered from cabin leaks during heavy rain, leading to mold under carpets and corrosion in floor-mounted wiring harnesses. Electrical issues follow soon after, particularly in models with power-adjustable seats or upgraded infotainment systems. These headaches have not gone unnoticed by dealerships. In regions where mid-size trucks are used for actual work, some sales managers have been hesitant to stock the Colorado, citing repair frequency and customer dissatisfaction. Technicians admit that certain problems have become recurring service bay visitors rather than isolated incidents. When a mid-size pickup designed to be the versatile middle ground between small and large ends, up delivering both smaller size and smaller reliability, the buyer loses twice. If mid-size can still mean massive repair bills, then it's worth asking what happens when you pay full-size prices, because the next truck proves that the answer can hurt. Chevrolet Silverado 1500 with gasoline V8. Even a truck that has worn the badge of an American icon for decades can stumble, and the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 equipped with gasoline V8 engines from the 2020 through 2023 model years is a prime example. Marketed as a rugged yet refined full-size pickup, it promised the capability to haul, tow, and work all week while still delivering weekend comfort. For many buyers, the lure of the 5.3-liter or 6.2-liter V8 paired with modern technology was irresistible. Unfortunately, the ownership experience for countless drivers has been far from trouble-free. The central issue stems from General Motors' dynamic fuel management system, a technology designed to deactivate up to half of the engine cylinders during light load driving in order to improve fuel efficiency. While innovative in theory, in practice it has triggered widespread lifter collapses, bent push rods, and valve train damage. These failures can appear shockingly early, often before 40,000 miles, and when they do, the repair bills can climb into several thousands of dollars. In severe cases, owners have faced complete engine teardowns or replacements. Transmission troubles compound the frustration. The 10-speed automatic gearbox, intended to offer smooth shifts and optimal performance, has instead been linked to clunky gear changes, hesitation when accelerating from a stop, and abrupt downshifts while cruising. Software updates have been issued in an attempt to address these problems, but many owners report that the symptoms return, creating an endless cycle of service visits. Interior durability also leaves room for improvement. Owners have complained of squeaks, rattles, and warped dashboard panels, sometimes within the first year of ownership. Infotainment glitches, malfunctioning safety sensors, and backup camera failures have added to the dissatisfaction. For a truck often priced above $65,000, such issues quickly erode the sense of premium quality. Dealerships are feeling the strain as well. Some sales managers have quietly begun steering buyers toward different trims or even older used models to avoid the risk of warranty disputes and repeated repairs. Technicians in busy markets have grown accustomed to keeping extra lifter assemblies and transmission components in stock just to meet demand. When a flagship full-size pickup demands luxury-level money but delivers repeated mechanical and electronic headaches, trust in the brand takes a serious hit. Premium price, constant problems, but the story that closes our list will prove that even a long-awaited comeback can turn into a customer's biggest regret. And if this list has opened your eyes to what's really happening in the truck market, make sure you subscribe. We've got more deep dives coming, and the next one might feature the exact model you've been considering. Don't miss it. Your wallet will thank you later. Ford Ranger. Bringing back a legendary nameplate should have been an easy win, but the modern Ford Ranger has turned what was meant to be a triumphant return into a cautionary tale. After an 8-year absence from the United States market, the Ranger reappeared for the 2019 model year. Built on a global platform and adapted for American roads, it came equipped with a 2.3-liter EcoBoost turbocharged inline-4 engine paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission, aiming to deliver both strong towing performance and respectable fuel economy. On paper, it promised to stand toe-to-toe with the most established mid-size competitors. In reality, its reliability record has left many owners frustrated and disillusioned. Engine troubles are among the most concerning complaints. Owners have reported premature timing chain wear, coolant intrusion into the cylinders, and misfires under load, sometimes surfacing before 30,000 miles. Turbo lag has also been a persistent irritation, especially for drivers who expect immediate throttle response when towing or merging onto highways. In extreme cases, these issues have led to complete engine replacements, a devastating outcome for a relatively new truck. The 10-speed automatic transmission, shared with other Ford and General Motors products, has been another sore spot. Drivers have experienced hard shifts, hesitation between gears, and abrupt downshifts at cruising speeds. Many of these problems arise early, with some owners reporting issues within the first 20,000 miles. While software recalibrations have been offered, they often provide only temporary relief before the symptoms return. Electrical gremlins further complicate ownership. Malfunctioning driver assistance systems, glitchy infotainment displays, flickering dashboard lights, and phantom warning messages have been reported. Though some faults might seem minor on their own, combined with engine and transmission troubles, they contribute to a broader pattern of unreliability that undermines buyer confidence. Interior durability has also come into question. Premature seat fabric fraying, rattling door panels, and peeling trim have appeared in trucks with fewer than 40,000 miles. These signs of wear are jarring for buyers who expected a rugged, long-lasting interior from a vehicle bearing the Ranger name. For dealerships, the Ranger has become a mixed blessing, popular enough to sell, but troublesome enough to generate repeat service visits. Some sales teams have resorted to managing customer expectations carefully, warning about potential quirks before closing the deal. When a comeback model meant to reignite nostalgia instead sparks frustration, it serves as a stark reminder. In today's truck market, past glory is no guarantee of present-day dependability. Every truck on this list had the chance to be a dependable workhorse, but you've seen how fast even the biggest names can fall. Now it's your turn to stay ahead of the game. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join our community of informed drivers, because the next time a truck brand stumbles, you'll be the first to know, and the one smart enough to steer clear.